Welcome back, everyone, to another level of John's Game Room. In fact, this is going to be a DLC bonus holiday episode where we talk a little bit about the Christmas where I got the Nintendo 64, which at the time was the one of the hot Christmas gifts of the year. Was a total surprise. Well, okay, so not a total surprise. It was meant to be a total surprise, but I remember I was innocently enough snooping around my parents' closet. I think I was looking for something else. I honestly wasn't really trying to find it. I wasn't really that kind of kid. I like to be surprised, but I ended up finding the copy of not the system itself, but the game that I got with it, which was Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. So I went, kind of figuring that might be, what it is, or what it, that it was for Christmas. I came to my parents. I was like, hey, I found something in the closet there by accident, and they're like, oh yeah, that's for your cousin. Don't tell him, for the love of God, that he's getting it. That's him. He's getting the system. And me being the trusty Rusty that I was like, okay, I buy it. And turns out when you're gullible, the world is really full of magic. So I forgot about it, took them at their word, and then ended up getting it on Christmas Day there. And much like the N64 kid of early meme legend, I was quite loud about the unwrapping there. And no, it was a great time. I said the first game that I had, and for a while the only game that I had was Shadows of the Empire, Star Wars Shadows of the Empire, which was the book of which I had just read earlier that year. So that was pretty cool. It was a great game, another great licensed Star Wars game. First level was the Battle of Hoth, and I found that very exciting to fly a snow speed around and trip up the walkers with the tow cable and everything. So it was a fairly short game, but pretty challenging, and that kept me busy well into the new year. The Super Nintendo that I had gotten back in '91 was a surprise too. So my parents kind of did it again, and I really had kind of not held out a whole lot of hope that I would be getting it this year. In fact, my parents, when my friends were getting it, in school, my parents were like, oh, I didn't even ask for it. My parents were like, oh, you might not be able to do it this Christmas, blah blah blah. Which don't know if that was actually true at the time or just something to throw me off the scent. But in either case, it did work. So great Christmas memory. Back when you were a kid, and dreams came true on Christmas Day. So you can see here, bearing in mind this photo was not intended to be, this wasn't taken with the intent to later put it on the internet, so it kind of, no guarantees on quality, but it does give you a bit of an idea of the moment. You can see my mouth quite wide open. I think that was mid-scream. So yeah, so for a while, that was the only N64 game that I had, because back then, the N64 was like I said, it was a new system, so there weren't any budget games for it. So my usual tactic of get it late in the game and then get a whole bunch of games for $20 didn't apply, because it was a brand new system. So I really was only able to get the games on special occasions, Christmases and birthdays and so forth. So the next game I would get wouldn't be until next Christmas, when I got Star Fox 64. And then, I got GoldenEye for my birthday a few months later, and then in the next Christmas, that's when I got Ocarina of Time. And then after that, I said by the Christmas of '99, I had jumped ship to PlayStation. But yeah, so not quite as many N64 games in the long run. I think I just had a handful, and that was just for the fact that they were not very, they were all full price, so they weren't the kind of thing that I could easily afford. Back then, being a 12, 13, 14-year-old. So yeah, Star Fox, great game. GoldenEye remains the best first-person shooter in my mind, never to be supplanted by anything else. And Ocarina of Time, of course, probably my favorite N64 game of all time, and incidentally the last one that I had gotten. So yeah, some great hits. I do think that while my collection was small, it was definitely distinguished. So no matter how you celebrate, hope you and yours have a happy and safe holiday. And as always, see you in the next level.